I'm Isabel with High Tech Design Safety, here with a presentation for you on IEC 60825-1. You are looking for certification support, and we at High Tech Design Safety specialize in certifying industrial machinery and semiconductor process equipment with more than 1,400 successful projects to our credit. Our process is designed to provide support and certification guidance throughout every stage of the project, helping manufacturers simplify the path to market. Laser technology is everywhere, from semiconductor manufacturing and industrial automation to medical devices and consumer electronics. But before a laser product can be brought to market, manufacturers must answer an important question: how safe is it? The answer starts with IEC 60825-1, the international standard that establishes how laser products are classified and what safety requirements they must meet. In this video, we'll explain what IEC 60825-1 is, why laser classification matters, and how understanding the standard early in product development can help streamline compliance and reduce costly redesigns. IEC 60825-1 provides a framework for evaluating laser products based on the amount of laser radiation that users can actually assess during operation. Rather than grouping every laser product into the same category, the standard establishes a consistent classification system that reflects the potential hazard presented by the product. That classification becomes the foundation for many of the safety requirements manufacturers must address throughout the design process. Many people assume that laser classification is determined simply by the laser's output power. In reality, the evaluation is much more comprehensive. Classification is based on accessible laser radiation, meaning the laser energy that can actually be reached by a person under specified operating conditions. Manufacturers compare this accessible emission against established accessible emission limits, often referred to as AELs, to determine the appropriate laser class. This means two products using similar internal laser sources could receive different classifications depending on how they're designed and how effectively the laser radiation is contained. Once a laser product has been classified, that classification drives many of the design decisions that follow. Depending on the product, manufacturers may need to incorporate features such as protective housings, safety interlocks, key operated controls, beam stops or beam attenuators, laser emission indicators, or warning systems. These engineering controls help reduce the possibility of accidental exposure while supporting compliance with accessible safety requirements. Designing these features early is almost always easier and less expensive than trying to add them after testing has begun. Achieving compliance involves more than designing safe hardware. Manufacturers must also communicate hazards clearly throughout proper labeling and documentation. Depending on the laser classification, products may require laser class identification, warning labels, aperture labels, user instructions, servicing information, or other product documentation. These materials help operators, installers, and service personnel understand the equipment and safely interact with it throughout its life cycle. It's also important to remember that laser safety is only one part of overall product compliance. Many laser products also contain electrical, mechanical, thermal, or chemical hazards that require evaluation under additional standards. For example, industrial machinery may also require compliance with IEC 60204-1, and laboratory equipment often falls under IEC 61010-1. Looking at the product as a complete system, not just its laser source, helps manufacturers avoid surprises later in the certification process. Navigating laser safety requirements can become complicated, especially when multiple standards apply to a single product. At High Tech Design Safety, we work with manufacturers throughout the product development process by providing laser safety evaluations, design reviews, risk assessments, compliance planning, technical documentation support, and certification guidance. By identifying potential compliance issues early, manufacturers can reduce redesigns, minimize certification delays, and move products to market with greater confidence. Understanding IEC 60825-1 is about much more than assigning a laser class. It's about designing products that are safer, easier to certify, and better prepared for global markets. If you're developing laser-based equipment and want guidance on compliance, HTDS is here to help. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and visit the HTDS website for additional resources covering laser safety, industrial equipment compliance, CE marking, semi-standards, and much more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.